Hi, DIPaola here from Antares International with Keller Williams Realty. On the last video, we talked about how important it is to ask about an agent's production when choosing who is going to help sell your home. Now we're going to review my stats to show you what kind of results you can expect when you hire us to sell your home. The way to find out about an agent's production is to conduct what's called a rolling 365 search live on the MLS system, which records all agent activity for the state of Florida. So right now what we're going to do, the reason why they call it a rolling 365, is we're going to find out the information about my particular production, my name, and we're going to do all the activity for me from October 23rd of last year until today. So let's find out what the results are. Remember I said in the last video that the average agent in Florida closes about 12 transactions a year. And according to the MLS, my results are that I'm producing about a deal a week as opposed to the 8 deals a year the average agent is doing. As you can see here, right now at this moment live on this search, I've closed about, and it's October, I've closed about 50 deals. And these are my pending deals. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that are pending right now. And these are my active properties. Not too bad, huh? As you can see, I've helped sell a lot of homes in South Florida. In fact, about $150 million worth. And if there's two things that I find most sellers want out of their agent is for the seller to sell the house in a timely manner so they don't have to keep showing the property and over again and having that inconvenience, and also making sure that they get very close or above their asking price. This chart from the MLS is giving us the information on how I perform on those two issues. So in this first column here, it says cumulative days on market. And I want to point out a couple of things that we mentioned on our first video. Number one, out of the 69 properties over this past 18-month period or so that I selected, we had a total of 7 of the 69, which is 10%, that sold 0 days on market. Now don't worry, that doesn't mean that the people had to move out in 0 days. What it means is cumulative days on market is from the time you put it on the MLS until it's actually under contract with the buyer. We always close on the time frame that the seller desires. But that's still a pretty astonishing figure. 10 of our properties, 10% of our properties in the last 18 months sold 0 days on market. And in fact, 51 of our properties, I'm scrolling down here, have sold in 30 days or less. Here it is, 51. Now the rest of the properties, which is a total of 17 properties, we had another 10 or so that sold in 60 days or less. And then the leftovers, or the stragglers if you will, I had 4 properties that sold between 60 and under 100 days. And I had another 4 properties that sold in more than 100 days. Now 3 of these properties are a little misleading because they were investor properties in Lake Worth, and the investor had hired 2 other agents before hiring us and couldn't sell the properties, so we took over the listings, which is why we had the high cumulative days on market. The investor should have hired us the first time and they would have had numbers more like up here. Now you may be thinking, well, you're selling them fast because you're taking lowball offers. But our stats prove that theory to be incorrect. In fact, our homes usually sell at the higher per square foot price than similar properties in the same neighborhood. Let's take a look. Over here on the MLS, I put together some of my most recent sales. And this is the original list price, and this is the sold price. And you can go down this list, and it's pretty consistent. 375, 375, 300, 300, 349, 325, 485, 470, 345, 334, 5, 425, 425. We can go on throughout this list, and you will see that most of my homes are selling well within 3% of the original list price. Just so you know, in South Florida, it is the average listing is selling for 5% below list price, and that's the average. Many homes sell 8, 9, 10% below the list price. So how are we able to find the buyers offering to pay fair market values on so many homes? It's a great question. The answer is our proven marketing systems attracts the buyers you need, which brings us to the next question you must ask when interviewing agents. But we'll get to that in the next video.